We earn money, save money and buy things. Living beyond the economic cycle is impossible. What trends are dictated by world markets and how does it affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. In this episode you will know whether it is possible to set up a bake shop at home, about the capacity of the confectionery industry in Kazakhstan and the place where our diamond-like candies produced. Most of our ancestors could only dream of a life full of desserts. Honey and scarce fruits were the only things at their disposal. But modern people are literally rolling in sweets. Indeed, a pastry or chocolate are the best remedies against stress. Unfortunately, abusing these products may adversely affect your figure and cause various illnesses. Nonetheless, in spite of the global crisis and the growing number of people willing to lead a healthy life, the sweets market continues growing from year to year.
The global sweets market is estimated approximately at $180 billion. It grows by 1.5% annually. Asian sweets market demonstrates the most dynamic development. It is followed by the European and American markets. In 2017, the latter grew by almost 2%.
Many sweet fans try to divert their attention of factory-made candy sticks and fancy cakes in favor of homemade confectioneries with a minimum of harmful additives and sugar. Made with special love and attention, such sweets are simply beautiful and can be used as decorations of an anniversary party or wedding table. Nowadays, small home bake shops are one of the most popular types of small businesses. Maria Rizhova, a resident of Almaty and founder of Pryanichki от Manichki, has deliberately chosen this way.
Занимаюсь именно выпечкой пряников и тортов я уже 4-й год.
I have been baking cakes and spice cakes for more than 3 years. When I took a maternity leave, I got into home cooking. I can say that I set a sight on running a confectionery bake shop long before I founded it 1 year ago. I mainly specialize in chocolate. I decorate with chocolate cakes and spice cakes, as well as make chocolate figures. Our bake shop sells cakes, spice cakes and exclusive chocolate figures. We can fulfill any request of our customers.
Торты, пряники, шоколад эксклюзивных форм. То есть мы делаем и расписываем пряники по любому дизайну, по любому желанию клиента.
It all started with the hobby of a young mother who ran across a video clip in the internet telling how to cover sugar cookies with drawings. Maria was fascinated by this process. Later she found a recipe of spice cakes called Archangelsk Roe Deer. Our recipe is unique because I have adapted it for myself. Initially, I was a self-taught person. I also visited various masterclasses and trainings. Then I found 2 quite well-known specialists who corrected my work. In fact, I did not copy recipes completely, but only added something new to them.
Соответственно, добавляла что-то свое.
In the first years of her activity, Maria painted spice cakes herself at home and asked for assistance only when she received large orders. By now she has opened a full-scale works which also accepts orders for baking of other sweet products.
У нас достаточно классические десерты, если брать в рассмотрение торты.
We offer classical biscuit cakes for a dessert. We don't do mousse cakes. Our spice cakes have equal taste. We use 70% cocoa Belgian chocolate. We bake cakes with 10 to 12 types of filling.
70% содержания какао, а торты где-то 10-12 начинок у нас есть.
Baking spice cakes and cakes manually is a long and painstaking process. Therefore, the firm does not accept too large orders. First of all, Maria is proud that she has regular customers. Her enterprise has been steadily keeping afloat on the market for 4 years, and many people wish to join her professional team. Moreover, all the employees of the bake shop work cohesively and try never let down their customers.
Самый необычный заказ, наверное, это
The most unusual order we had perhaps on the 8th of March. We baked 5,000 spice cakes during 2.5 weeks for an insurance company. All they were made manually. We did not use any stamps or other tricks like sticking paper on spice cakes. All these spice cakes were covered with drawings in manual way, packed and sold. As a matter of fact, it was very difficult. Still, we are proud with this order and that we could do everything in time and not to let the customer down.
Мы смогли отдать все вовремя, день в день, час в час и не подвести заказчика.
It is logical that the demand for cakes and spice cakes produced by Pranichki Otmanichki is growing on holidays. On the 8th of March, a New Year Eve, the sweet production is experiencing a rush job. Many people order such spice cakes for wedding or childbirth parties.
Дизайн продумывает клиент, потому что в основном мы рисуем...
We let our clients to think over the design because many of our products are intended for children. These are cartoon characters, princesses, transformers, and so on. As for cakes, we paint them according to our design or at customer's opinion. We do not store cakes for more than 2 days and do not recommend others to do so. We return finished products to our customers on the same day or tomorrow. The shelf life of spice cakes is up to 3 months because they consist of honey, sugar and natural preserving agents. We wrap each spice cake into a separate pack. This allows to store them for quite a long time on condition that they are not kept in a refrigerator.
При условии хранения не в холодильнике.
Maria says that sometimes people, after receiving painted spice cakes as a present, use them as home decorations. Of course, this illustrates a high professionalism of producers. However, Maria does not recommend to store spice cakes long and instead of that, enjoy eating these delicacies with honey taste. Even now, she's thinking about the development of her bake shop in the nearest and distant future. Of course, we are going to expand the range of our desserts. For that end, my team and I will go abroad to study. Of course, we would be glad to see in our team 2 or 3 new girls. We are fans of our business, and I think that it is our main achievement. We drink tea at home several times a day. We invite guests and order sweet courses in cafes and restaurants. Specialists estimate that an average resident of Kazakhstan spends on cookies, sweets and cakes 9,880 tenge annually. This is more than double the spending on bread, 4,290 tenge. Sweets can hardly be included in the list of vital food products. However, it is evident that they are not least in the basket of consumer goods. So to what extent do producers of Kazakhstan cover this demand?
The average output of sweets in Kazakhstan is 180,000 tons. 155,000 of them are produced by 4 major factories: GSC Rahat, GSC Bayan Sulu, LLC Almaty Product, and Hamle.
Experts note that local producers cover 49% of needs of the Kazakhstani sweets market. The rest 51% are imported confectionaries. Sweets are mainly imported from Russia, 35 to 40%, and Ukraine, 12 to 13%. 1/3 of confectionery products of Kazakhstan region, or 60,000 tons, are exported.
У нас уже на протяжении 10 лет импорт доминирует в Казахстане именно по кондитерке.
Export of confectionaries in our country has been exceeding imports for 10 years and averages between 45 to 55% annually. For comparison, in Russia it makes up less than 5%. In our case, this is a threatening figure. In fact, we import about 160,000 tons of confectionaries to the amount of $350 to $400 million. If we were producing all that in Kazakhstan, we would create up to 10,000 workplaces. This would be very good for economy, GDP, and so on.
Для увеличения ВВП, в частности, там, и так далее, это очень позитивно было бы.
Some experts think that such situation on the market was due to insufficient support on the part of local producers and lower prices of exported products. In fact, foreign producers invest more in packaging, marketing and advertisement. Thus, the cost of packaging in different products can amount to 15% of the product cost.
На сегодняшний день отдельные программы или...
At present, we have no special action programs for the confectionery industry. Nowadays, the dairy and meat industries are the priorities in the agricultural sector. We raised this question several times and told that the whole food industry, and in particular the confectionery industry, are in a state of stagnation.
Вообще пищевая отрасль, она вся как бы в таком зависшем состоянии.
About 10,000 people are employed in the confectionery industry. This is only 20% of total number of workers of the food industry. The candy manufacture is only the tip of the iceberg because it is based on activities of related industries such as starch, fat and oil, sugar and milk industries.
According to official figures, the work productivity of each employee of the confectionery industry is $44,000. In the same time, the average GDP in Kazakhstan is about $10,000 per capita.
Это ведь продукт с высокой добавленной стоимостью, то есть там очень
This is a product with a high added value. It requires a lot of labor force, energy, fuel, and so on. At the same time, we can use a lot of local resources such as flour, molasses, and sugar. All that would also have a positive effect on the related industries, economy in general, creation of new jobs, and so on. Of course, the country would benefit from the developing of the confectionery industry and reducing imports.
выгодно для страны все-таки развить кондитерскую отрасль и снизить импортную составляющую.
Experts consider that, apart from high levels of import content on the market, the main problems of the industry are low production load, 60%, insufficient investment in equipment, and high prices for imported raw materials. Lack of highly qualified specialists at local confectionery plants is another challenge.
По результатам анализа рынка
The
труда
results of the labor market analysis show that the demand for confectioners is very high today. Therefore, the state order has been made on the initiative of employers for training of confectioners, and proper agreements with our college have been concluded.
день готовим кондитеров.
The dual education system, when students spend 60% of their learning time in enterprises, also plays an important role in training of specialists in the contemporary education. It enables future confectioners to acquire necessary professional skills before they begin their working career.
В рамках реализации государственной программы
Under the state program for productive employment and mass entrepreneurship for 2017-2021, new education programs, which integrate several qualifications, have been introduced in the vocational training system.
интеграция нескольких квалификаций.
The confectionery industry of Kazakhstan has a great potential. Currently, the country produces sweets to the amount of $400 million. Specialists are confident that this figure can be raised to $1.5 billion. In other words, increasing production 4 times can ensure 30,000 additional jobs in this industry and tens of thousands of workplaces in related industries. The confectionery business in Kazakhstan is developing. Sweets and cookies are delivered to shops on a regular basis. Still, confectioners insist that they need an additional state support. The Kazakhstan Association of Confectioners is actively cooperating with the Ministry of Agriculture on such issues as increase in investment and lowering the added value tax. Association experts think that this will allow to save cash flow and steer it, for example, to staff training and purchase of equipment. It is felt that for small businesses, it is very difficult to develop in the confectionery business.
Надо ориентироваться как-то на крупный бизнес именно в этом секторе.
We should be guided by large enterprises in the confectionery industry. I think that nowadays only large businesses can compete with imports from Russian and European enterprises. In other words, if we want to preserve our market, we should protect our producers, in particular several enterprises in Kazakhstan that would satisfy Kazakhstan's local and export market demands.
В Казахстане, которые обеспечат весь рынок Казахстана и в том числе экспортный потенциал.
Nonetheless, the state seeks to support the industry. For example, Bayan Sulu factory in Kostanay, a participant of program Competitive Leaders, National Champions, started to crack a new prospective market in China. In order to expand its export geography, the company recently put into service a new biscuit bake shop. The project was implemented thanks to the financial support of the Development Bank of Kazakhstan under Nurly Joly program. The confectionery industry is a group of major companies in different parts of the world. They produce various kinds of chocolate, chewing gums, and sweets.
The top 5 producers of the world confectionery market are Mars Incorporated, Nestlé SA, the Ferrera Group, Cadbury and Mondelez International. The top 10 confectionery companies account for 54% of the global sweets market.
Small size of sweets, new tastes, and promotion of new brands are the major trends on the global confectionery market. Modern confectionery producers are focusing on new fillings and intensively promoting everything that can draw attention of curious buyers. In addition, such criteria of sweet products as natural and eco-friendly ingredients have by no means lost their relevance. Special sweet products for vegetarians are produced in Germany. Moreover, a unique collection of sweets from regular sugar was produced in Japan. They are identical to well-known diamonds. For instance, a candy in the form of famous Koh-i-Noor with a history dating back to 1,300 years and which is currently set into the crown of the Queen of Great Britain can be purchased at the price of about $30.